okay, the scenario is we've modernized DuraMark's internal operations, got better communication, more agile, running more quickly. Now we've extended that modernization to your supplier collaboration. We've got the single source of truth, better visibility as you described. Then COVID-19 hits, right? Global pandemic, none of us have seen that in our lifetime. Tell us how that, how COVID's affected DuraMark's business.
Yeah, I think, you know, everybody's been hit with the whole COVID effect, right? And it hits the whole supply chain, starting with our customers all the way to our raw materials to our suppliers. So we've seen increased lead times, and it's figuring out how to manage through that. And before, if we didn't have SourceDay, it would have been, again, a lot of back and forth communication through emails. A lot of things probably would have been missed. With COVID, your communication's just 10 times as important, and it's already really important. So seamless communication kind of helped us. I'll say we didn't get through COVID with no marks, but you know, it definitely allowed us to manage through it.
Meet your customer, reset if you needed to, reset your customer expectation, manage whatever. So have you guys had parts of your business slow down, other parts move in, move outs, cancellations?
Well, and especially early on, our customers, you know, they're shuffling things all the time, kind of no matter what. They're moving some builds up, they're pushing other builds out, and that just gets amplified through a COVID situation, right? There was, you know, early on when everybody saw it coming, they then started trying to push production kind of faster, you know, to be able to, you know, maybe stock up inventory or complete orders quicker kind of before COVID kind of hit. So with that, you know, a lot of shuffling is going around, which means a lot of shuffling internally for the parts that we print, but then again, a lot of shuffling for our suppliers, meaning, you know, we have to manage POs. Some POs get pushed out, other POs get pushed up to today. We need those parts to go out today, or, you know, like you said earlier, a line could go down, and, you know, that's the last thing we want.
Not right now. And if you have a move-in situation, you've got revenue that's at risk, right? If you can't get that material from your suppliers in time, it means you can't ship orders, it means you can't, you know, not only keep your customers happy, but you can't make the revenue you need to keep the business running.
Right.
Similarly, with the move outs and the cancellations, you don't want to be buying material that you can't build product for right now, right? Cash is king, as always, especially now. So that's what we mean when we talk about the visibility and the financial control that gives you when you have these systems in place, your buyers and your suppliers trained up and using them. It allows for that scenario that you just described.
Well, and you know, kind of what you were alluding to, we started working with the operations team started working with our finance team because, you know, like you said, cash is king. So it's, okay, maybe we're not going to buy as many parts, spend less money, and get maybe a worse rate, but not have so much cash leave internally. And we actually put in some gates, if you will, in NetSuite and in SourceDay that allows our operations team to communicate with our finance team on our larger purchases. Eric, I don't know if you want to talk about the technical side, but it was huge on a communication side, interdepartmentally.
Yeah, so I mean, finance came to me and they're like, hey, we need a way to really lock down on our POs, figure out how much money we're spending. We want to limit, like Chris said, we want to limit possibly the amount of inventory we hold and maybe get a worse price at it, but cash flow is important right now, so maybe not getting the best price break instead of, you know, spending $5,000, maybe spending $1,000, getting a worse rate, but holding less inventory is key right now. So I had to put in certain workflows in NetSuite that allowed for, you know, we didn't want to download the full gamut of the PO approval system in NetSuite because That's not something we really do on a daily basis. So we just put in some workflows that allow for PO checks with a line item over $1,000. Anything that's not a dropship PO, that'll go straight to finance. Financing, look over to prove it, possibly adjust the quantity if needed, and then send it back to the purchaser, and the purchaser can then upload it into SourceDay. And that's where that whole SourceDay integration is really key, because with the native integration, POs flow through to SourceDay, which most companies will want, but we wanted to keep a closer eye on what goes into SourceDay and what our suppliers can see. So being able to add in like a SourceDay approved checkbox that really triggers the integration is really important for us, especially right now where we may want to make some adjustments to POs after they're created. And having that kind of bridge in our integration was super helpful in a time like this.
And it's not like your buyers need to do anything to upload that approved PO, because the systems are talking. That's part of the integration, right? There, as that workflow is executed in NetSuite, and finance approves them, they are automatically sent to SourceDay.
Correct. Yeah.